Hi Aries, welcome to your birthday taroscope reading with me for April 2015. So happy birthday as well. And for all the Aries that have their birthdays in March, this reading should hopefully catch you in time as well, since I'm uploading it in March. We'll probably follow the similar pattern that I've been doing for the other birthday readings. So I pull some of these goddess cards first to see what the energies might be, and then we'll do a 3-card reading which suggests the energies for the next few months as well. And then one final kind of birthday wish card at the end. Now I decided to pull in this beautiful clear quartz crystal because quartz is such a powerful amplifying energy. It's particularly clear, and it resonates extremely well for creating clear conductivity in our lives and at all areas, including thought, emotion, business matters. So we're bringing in clarity for the month of April as our sort of message here. And it could be that some things have been unclear to you over the past months and that you've been seeking clarity. So quartz is a really good one to uplift for that. So let's see, Aries, what messages you're going to be receiving from these gorgeous golden goddess cards. That was a good bit of alliteration. So Aries, let's have a look and see what cards turn up for you for your birthday reading. Sarasvati, the arts, always a beautiful one. Creativity and clarity. Nematoma, sacred space. An Islot, undying love. Islot, I'm not sure how we actually pronounce her name completely. Beautiful cards here, and we will get to this one. She's popping out a lot at the moment, and I feel this energy of love coming through, particularly for people on the planet, for relationships and for individuals. It's about also finding your own inner love as well as love relationships with other people. But if we come back to Sarasvati and we get the arts, she says here, express yourself through creative activities. And it really is a way of connecting with your own soul's inner essence and being. When we connect at that level and we ignite the creativity and the passion in us, we're allowing flow of the universe to come in, and we can feel the essence of what it is we want to be doing. We connect with our soul's purpose, you know, that drive that ignites us, and that spark, the flame, the passion, all of those wonderful essences. And creativity comes when we're most connected at that soul level, and it's often through the essences of music in particular. And it doesn't mean that you have to be a musician, because I'm certainly not one. However, I'm passionate about music, listening to it and embracing it and having it flow right through me. There are certain types of music you can listen to that really raise your vibrational frequencies and help yourself to connect. There are subliminal music pieces you can listen to, as well as binaural brain activity beats, all extremely positive for you. So music can be a profoundly deep way of connecting. When we think about the beginning of time or the universe, one of the first parts of creation was sound. And in essence, that is what music is. It is sound. So it's extremely important to really reverberate and get that sound that works for you, so that it helps kick you into action. As well as music, obviously there are words, which is creativity as well, so that's speaking and communicating. There's reading, which is, you know, there's so much now valid information that you can uplift through many sources, media, or through listening to other people or attending conferences. There's so much for us to learn that if we remain stagnant in a position in our lives we're not happy about, whether it be relationship or career or our own personal growth, if we remain stagnant, we've no one to blame but ourselves, because we have so many opportunities to literally bring the flow and ignite with it and see where it is that we want to go. So it's a lovely card to get. It's a good strong message. It's kind of the message of, it's a gentle kick, if you like, in the right direction. And remember, there are many other art forms as well, so I'm sure as you're listening to this you'll be thinking individually which one it is that seems to blend well or flow most into your own mind. So as we move to our next card, Nematoma, it's about creating a sacred space, and it mentions here to create an altar or visit the sacred space within yourself, or globally sacred spaces. And we know that many people are choosing to go and visit some of the ancient antiquity sites or temples or geoglyphs around the world, and a lot of people talk about this feeling of power we get, like the power grids. And it's interesting that I put this in the quartz crystal. I had a feeling about the usage of the quartz to create some sort of conductivity or channel of energy. In essence, I believe the pyramids in Africa, or the pyramids all around the world, of which there are many, many, they were actually power conductors. So they were like our giant power stations of modern day, because they had quartz activators in them, and they were activated at certain specific times and planetary alignments when they could gain the most power. Now, interestingly enough, in April and March we have two eclipses. On March the 20th we had a full moon lunar eclipse that was very, very powerful, and we will have another eclipse, a solar eclipse, in April, on April the 4th I believe it is. So they're sort of occurring in our time and our Aries energy. So a lot of Arians will feel this change coming in, and this connection to some sort of power or desire to create this change. And certainly this crystal, the quartz crystal, is a direct line to connecting with sort of universal energy. So I'm sure that the essence of this crystal for the reading is going to be quite strong. And if any of you have any quartz, really utilize it for the next month up and coming, and see if you can meditate with it, or buy a piece of quartz and have it in your handbag or your trousers or beside your bed or whatever, because I have a feeling it's all linked into the energy and the message of this card. I'll read some of the words from the book. Your sacred space is within you now. By creating an altar or visiting a sacred site, you connect with the symbols and energy that have been infused with meaning and prayer over the centuries. Don't take these symbols lightly, for they're powerful indeed. When you connect with sacred symbols, you help your inner sanctity find a home in the outer world. You also tap into the ancient wisdom and spiritual grace of the old ways. Explore spirituality through sacred symbols and sites, and allow your soul to joyfully meander along the various ways available to you to unite with the divine. It's not a matter of how you connect, but that you do so frequently. So there is a big connection message there for us Aries. Now we come to Islot, undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. Now for some of you, there are two messages in this card. I'm receiving two portions of input. So there is undying love of a soul love that's connected with you, and it will probably have been a relationship that has passed through many of the lifetimes that you've shared. So this will be someone who will be a soulmate. Now I do say to people to remember that soulmates aren't necessarily always romantic. They can be family, they can be siblings, they can be your children, they can be your work colleagues, they can be friends. But at one level or another, they come here to help to ignite your journey and instigate the lessons that you're asking them to help you with. So any undying love is truly powerful, but they often are here to help us through our journey of our soul, so that we're constantly evolving and moving on to a next plane of incarnation. So Some of you will have this soulmate as a romantic partner as well, and this could be coming into your life, because we see there's a lot of changes around this period of the 2 eclipses, and astrologically the lineups are pointing to quite a feeling of change for a lot of people. So some of you could have this person coming in, and some of you may already be with this person, and some of you may have them leaving, because sometimes when the lesson is done, it's time to move on. Now the other area for the message is, it's your undying love. It's your connection. It's yourself. It's that whole internal love for yourself. So if I just come back here to the meanings in the book, and we do pronounce her name Iseult. She is the legendary Celtic goddess who was caught in a tragic love triangle between her husband, King Mark of Cornwall, and Sir Tristan, a handsome and noble knight. Throughout the scenario, Iseult was courageous in dealing with her respect for her husband and her profound love for Tristan. Today, Iseult helps us through the corridors of relationship love, including familial, romantic, parental, and friendship. She reminds us that regardless of the situation, our love is real, powerful, and undying. Call upon Iseult whenever you need help with any relationship, including your departure with loved ones, and with your connection with yourself and your own internal love. So she definitely is here to help with matters of the heart, and with love, and with relationships, and also with healing, as I said before, with any feelings of loss that you may have connected with someone who you are either choosing to leave or who may have recently left. But the message is very powerful to know that, you know, you go back to when you first meet someone and you felt that love and that connection. That was very true, and that you honour that is important. Just because you move on and your paths go in a different direction doesn't mean it wasn't real or that it didn't exist. And I think that's where, as humans, we go very, very wrong when we are moving on in life. We look back and we think, oh, yeah, shouldn't have been with that person, or what a waste of time. But in essence, nothing is a waste of time that comes into your life, because it's always there for a reason, to serve your higher good. So anyhow, Aries, that's quite a strong bunch of messages for you for your birthday reading. And I do think, as I say, that April and March are quite potent energies flowing through, and quite strong stuff happening, not just for Aries, but for a lot of people on the planet. So this is kind of like it's like taking a vitamin tablet. I get the feeling it's like a boost of something for you. So with that, we will now move on to the 3-card tarot essence reading, and see basically what's coming for you for the next 3 months. So this is for Aries for April, May and June, and bear in mind we're only drawing 1 card for each month, so this is a very light overall perspective. The Sun, the King of Pentacles and the Magus. Well, that's pretty nice, powerful stuff yet again, Aries. It feels like you're dealing with some sort of situations that are, you know, underneath everything. It's like these are big cards, so 2 major arcanas, which indicate that April and June could be, you know, fairly full-on months. But this is huge positivity, both of them. And in the middle, May, we've got this King of Pentacles. He's often considered a person who might be around you or comes into your life, or who is supportive in some way. He is possibly an earth sign, or has that, you know, nice tempered energy to them. The earth signs, they're stable, they're reliable, they're thoughtful, they're considerate and caring, and they can also be stable when it comes to money matters. So perhaps money is stable for you, or you have some sort of offer of the possibility of investment or finances coming your way. But I've jumped ahead. I will come back to April. The Sun. It's a magnificent card. It's one of the very nicest in the major arcanas in the tarot deck. You know, we have this full-on energy of the Sun. And of course, what did I say? There's a solar eclipse. It's going to affect a lot of you at a very deep level, and each person will be affected in a different way. So just be aware if you feel shifts coming or changes in your attitude, or where you want to go, or how you feel about things, people, or your own self, because this is your subconscious and your everything, past life and your DNA all coming together to give you the messages of listen to me, because you can't hide from it anymore. It's almost like this is the way it's going to be, this is the way we're headed. But it's usually positive. It's new growth, new beginnings. And we see this baby here on the horse. Now this can be about fertility, can be a time of especially for youth or teenagers coming into puberty type cycles. It can also be a time of the potentiality of becoming pregnant, or birth of a baby, or adoption of someone new into your home or your family life. There's possible feeling of travel involved here. Gifts of learning, definitely. It's this whole beautiful essence of universal spiritual activity coming into you. A gorgeous card. I've already discussed, so that's April, I've already discussed May, and we come to June. We're still seeing this beautiful circle of life, or cycle of life. The Magician, you have power, creativity, artisticness, energy, thought creation, and you have the chance to utilize it in June. So many new opportunities could be handed to you for you to uplift and take on board and create newness in your life. It encompasses every area, because here we have the emotional or the heart sector, the finances, the thought or intellectuality or words. We have looking up into the spirit world and bringing it down onto the earth. So you've just nice big reading for you, Aries. I think you've got a full-on 3 months coming ahead. Okay, Aries, and here's for the last part of your reading, just another little birthday gift, I guess, these higher vibrational energy cards. So let's see what comes from these. In fact, I feel inclined, after I've shuffled them, to put them down. And Raphael, cleansing. This is the fire and water energy too, so sort of significant, I guess, for the Aries energy being the fire. And it could be about cleansing your whole system, which I think that message has come earlier in the reading, if you like, with the connection to Sarasvati and sort of kicking yourself into action. So when we cleanse ourselves, we get this ability to have conduction and clarity of our thoughts and our desires and our passions and everything about where we are headed and where we're going. We see this from Raphael. We know Raphael is the beautiful healing angel, and this is the green heart chakra energy, so it's coming in through your heart especially. So it's helping to clear away any emotional turbulence that you have around your heart or relationships. There certainly is big messages here for relationships and the feeling of love, and if you're moving on at all, and knowing about not holding on negatively to situations, but acknowledging the love and the harmony and the healing and the lessons. And all of those positive things bring about, in part, they bring about the cleaning. And so when we have fire and water together, you get this sense of purification. And also water is extremely important for that flow and the ebb and flow of life as well. And that's about tides, isn't it? The coming and going and the eternal shifting of things. So I also think of, when I see this card and I get the water essence, I think to myself, there's also a message here about keeping hydrated, especially taking on board enough water, which is a really good way of clearing our systems from toxins, and that's toxins of thought and emotion, as well as the substances we take on board. So there you are, Aries, a very nice reading for you, and I trust you all gain some really neat energy from it, some good strong input energy, and feel like you've got a good kick or a good vitamin intake for going forward for these next 3 months. So happy birthday to you all. Kia kaha and much aroha.